Let's talk about TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, who are now officially out at ABC News. They lost their jobs altogether. And before you say, oh, sad, they just fell in love, it happens outside of a marriage, and I understand all that, I think there is a very good reason why they lost their jobs. I think it was two things. The ridiculous PR behavior that they engaged in post the scandal breaking. They handled the media exactly the wrong way, in my view. And number two, it came out that he had all these other alleged affair partners at ABC. And you tell me, Arthur, because my suspicion is they were in a position where, what are you going to do? You're gonna fire the black anchor and you're going to let the white female stay. That can't happen. She had to go too, even though that investigation appears to have only found her prior sins as being she had a bottle of liquor sealed in her office, and somebody claimed she showed up drunk after some sporting event on the air, which I don't believe either. But I bet you if you cast a wide net, you could find 10 people who showed up drunk on the air at ABC at one point or another. So what do you make of it?
They're at-will employees. I mean, we get people who come into our office asking about these kinds of questions. They could fire them for any reason they want. In other words,
they could just. They definitely had contracts. They're not at-will employees. They definitely had contracts.
Could take them off. They could take them off the air. And yes. Megyn, I have negotiated these for-cause contracts. And the networks, they dig in so hard on basically firing them for cause is whatever the network kind of feels is for cause. They will not give you a definition. Does for cause mean it's someone who's been arrested? Does for cause mean someone who's been caught in an extramarital relationship? They keep it as general and as amorphous as they can. And as you saw the memo that was written by the head of ABC, who just said basically it was too much of a distraction internally for us and for the people inside ABC and externally. I do not see them winning a lawsuit, especially, as you said, the way they handled the media afterwards. There's pictures of them smooching and she's jumping on them and all over the place. It's just they didn't do anything to help themselves. They added fuel to the fire as opposed to putting the fire out.
Let me, just a disclosure. I'm friends with Amy. I think the world of her. I think that when you, the anchor, become the story, that's where it's problematic for the viewers. And I think that that's why they let them go. They became the story. And it's hard to separate them talking about someone else's scandal when there's one, to the viewers anyway, right involving those two.
See, I have a strong thought on this. I have a very strong thought on this. I think those two could have come out. They could have said on the show that the next day, because they were on the air one day with this scandal having been broken by the Daily Mail, and they could have said, we are very embarrassed. It's true. This was a private matter that we wanted to resolve privately, given the fact that we have kids and we have spouses, but we couldn't, given the Daily Mail report. And we are going to take a leave of absence to deal with this. And we hope that we can earn your forgiveness and trust when we come back. And then lay low. Stop with the very clearly orchestrated photo events in South Beach, where they were all over each other, kissing and fondling, while their spouses, who they cheated on, are posting sad-faced pictures with their kids who look incredibly forlorn. That was a massive PR error. They 100% orchestrated it, in my opinion. And then I give you this. Even now, there's this picture broken. It's on page 6 of the two of them. She's after the news that they're out at ABC. What, Debbie? Daily Mail, okay. Daily Mail exclusive. And there she is. This is, as my friend Donna, fellow lawyer, texted me, you guys, what a happy, non-performative embrace. Don't you routinely jump into Doug's arms after a nice lunch out? They're still doing it. They don't understand. No one looks at this and says, true love. They cheated on their spouses. They cheated on their children. Yes, it happens. It's sad. Act like it's sad. Stop projecting. I don't give a shit about anybody who I hurt.
All right, so my question to you, Megyn, is you said it was highly orchestrated, right? The South Beach photos. For what benefit? In other words, why?
Mark,
what benefit did they think that they were getting?
Let me tell you. Let me put it in terms that my friend Arthur can understand. This is a visual for the listening audience at home. This is what they're doing, Arthur. Right? It's an Italian thing. I'm putting the hand underneath the neck and motioning forward like F off. We're living our best life. We're not cheaters. We're in love. That's not how you handle it. There are hurt people. Everyone can understand humanity and love relationships that go sour and all that and mistakes. People can understand that. This looks like, I don't give a shit who I hurt. Look at me. I'm in Miami. I'm having a great time. Screw my kids.
And that's what I think about all the time. When I saw that Christmas picture, and it's a different world with all this technology. Back then, all right, it would be in the newspaper for a day and disappear. Now these kids are going to be seeing that for the rest of their lives. When they Google Christmas Day 2022, they're going to see their mom, cheating on their dad and vice versa. And that's heartbreaking. Megyn, look, what you're recommending they would have done in hindsight, it sounds brilliant.
I said it in the moment. My audience is my witness.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Would it have worked? Have we become such a puritanical society? 2 police officers just got suspended. They're in a consensual relationship because they had sex in the locker room. Why should they get suspended for having sex in the precinct locker room? What did they do wrong? They got suspended. What did they do wrong? They're in a consensual relationship.
I would have been with you if they had just had an extramarital affair. Like it. What if 50% of marriages plus end in divorce? Like, people obviously make mistakes, and it happens. But they handled it so poorly. They showed no remorse. And then it turned out that this guy's been fishing off the company pier for years with people who are his subordinates. So there was no way in which T.J. Holmes was keeping his job. He was starting to look like a junior Matt Lauer. So he was getting fired because she was his equal. But the others were like young girls coming in who wanted a mentor, whom he allegedly took advantage of. The record on him was getting worse by the day, according to the Daily Mail and New York Post that have had exclusive reporting on this. And I do believe they were in a position, given today's climate, where there was absolutely no way where they could fire him and keep her. So in the end, they both got out. Like that relationship.
Wait a minute, Megyn, but
enjoy
why?
your embrace.
Based on what you just said, though, if they said, look, he was fishing off the company pier. It's not just this one issue. There's this other young lady and there's this other young lady, and the investigation's ongoing. We're going to let him go. But for us, it appears she only did this one time
because
with a
they
person
have no
who
courage. They could never save the white female anchor. Look what happened at NBC when I went there. And Tamron Hall used to host that hour with some other people. And the NAACP started writing letters to NBC. How could you replace this black woman with a white woman? Creating like a race war over it. It's like, my God, there are all sorts of considerations that go, why does everything have to be reduced to skin color? But I guarantee there is no courage at ABC. They would never have fired him and not her. No way.
I don't think that was ever a consideration. Going back to my point earlier, the reason why they had to remove them is because this was scandalous. They became part of the story.
They put them back on the air the next day after it broke. If this was such an obvious distraction and scandalous, they wouldn't have done that.
It wasn't going to work. And quite frankly, I can't debate either of you when you pull the kid card. There's no excuse when you're picturing these sweet, innocent kids, however old they are, seeing mommy on South Beach parading around. You don't win. And that's it. So that's why
everybody knows
every time these women are throwing themselves at him, he thinks of his children, and that's what prevents him.
No. The line, actually, when I was younger, and I'm happily married, but one of my buddies would say, "Oh, she's hot." I'm like, "Yeah, she's hot, but not hot enough to only see my kids on the weekends."
Like many people, I am trying to eat healthier, and that is why I love good olive oil. And by good, I mean fresh. Olive oil packs the most flavor and the healthiest nutrients when it's fresh from the farm. That's the problem with the supermarket olive oils. They're not fresh. They can sit on the shelf for months, growing stale. I just had this experience. Okay, stand by. I'm going to tell you about it. This is why I like my olive oil direct from small, award-winning farms, thanks to a guy named TJ Robinson, also known as the olive oil hunter. This stuff is amazing. When I first tasted TJ's farm fresh oils, I fell in love with their amazing, vibrant flavors. They are delicious on everything that you use olive oils for. Salad, veggies, pasta, meat, fish, you name it. Now, I use olive oil. I make my own little salad dressing. I can't cook, but I make my own little salad dressing just because I don't want all the hateful eight in my dressing. And the one thing you have to have is good olive oil. Well, I ran out of TJ's. And so you know what I did? It's Harvest Fresh now. But you know what I did? I bought from the supermarket. And what else was I going to do? Couldn't call TJ. I don't know him just because he advertises here. And I could taste the difference. And not only that, my kids asked, "Did you do something different on the salad?" I was like, no. I'm telling you, there is a difference when it's fresh pressed. And that is why TJ created the Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club, which I clearly have fallen behind in and need to get on. And you should too. Thanks to this, and as an introduction to this club, TJ is going to send you a full-size $39 bottle worth of one of the world's finest artisanal olive oils for just $1 to help him cover shipping. See if you taste the difference. And best of all, there's never a commitment to buy anything, and you can cancel your membership at any time. Get your free $39 bottle for just $1 shipping and taste the difference freshness makes. Go to harvestfreshnow.com. harvestfreshnow.com for a free bottle and pay just that $1 in shipping. harvestfreshnow.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.